Alright, hello everybody on YouTube and welcome to my car. Yeah, this is a terrible setting to be filming in. I apologize. I am never home. I don't have a particular place. I'm always on the go. So why not film this in my car? It's nighttime. The angle's cut off weird. Yeah, it's not a good... This isn't a good quality video, but hey, what's up? And also, I don't know what's going on with my hair. Like, I need a haircut. I'm too lazy to get it. So for right now, we're rocking this. This is how it's gonna go. Okay. Yeah, so basically I wanted to film this because I, at this point, feel like everyone should pretty much know more about me. And I am tired of hiding everything and feeling like, you know, I'm not good enough, or, you know, there's something wrong about me. And, you know, I want to post things on, like, my Snapchat and Instagram without people being like, people, that sounded weird, without everyone being like, oh, why are you posting this? Why are you posting that? Like, I want to be more open. And I've been dealing with this for so long that I'm almost 24. It's about time I do something about this, you know? So basically, yeah, I am transgender, or you could say FTM, female to male. And yeah, this is definitely not anything recent. This has been something I've been struggling with for a very long time. And, you know, backstory, if you want to hear it, you don't have to. You can click out this video now at this point if you want to. But yeah, ever since I was little, I have always felt very, very different from everybody else. And of course, everyone feels different at a young age. Like, we're just awkward kids. And, I just, you know, I can't figure out what it is. And I couldn't figure out why. I always have these thoughts in my head telling me, like, oh, you're this. When my parents told me something completely different, like, no, Serena, you're a girl. And I didn't know why I felt this way, and I'm always comparing myself to my brother. And from a very young age, you know, my parents have always put gender roles on everything, so I felt like what I was doing was wrong. And you know, for the most part, my childhood was okay. I just, you know, had these thoughts that I couldn't pinpoint on, and it wasn't really until I hit puberty where things started to really, you know, hit me. You know, I noticed that my body was changing into something that I couldn't see myself with. I just didn't like it. It was freaking me out. I was constantly waking up from nightmares from it, and I developed anorexia from it, trying to control what my body was doing. And yeah, I just noticed from that point that, you know, I was constantly comparing myself to other dudes and being like, well, why don't I look like that? And it doesn't make sense, you know, when you don't understand it. It's very confusing, and it freaked me out a lot, and I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. And it wasn't until, like, I was 16 where I saw something on TV about, I believe it was Chaz Bono, which you don't know, it's Sonny and Cher's son. And he was talking about he was transitioning, and I heard that term, transgender, and I was like, oh, what is this? Like, you know, it kind of made sense a lot, and I started researching it, and it freaked me out, thinking, shit, like, this is something I've been dealing with, and this is what it is. And basically it made me want to hide even more, because I noticed that it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you look a certain way your entire life, so people are going to view you a different way. You know, I was extremely closeted, and so to make people think, you know, not differently of me, because I didn't want, you know, to be that person out there that's, like, labeled that way. So I wanted to really fit in, and all it did was just make me depressed and suicidal. I tried to kill myself a lot when I was in high school because of this. This video got depressing, I'm so sorry, but I don't know, I realized like I can't do this. I care too much about what people think, honestly, which my big problem was and still kind of is, especially my parents. And I knew how much they loved, because they have a son already who they don't talk to anymore. And I knew how much it meant to them to have a daughter around, and I really wanted to fill that role to make them really happy, and everyone else around me, because as I saw me, I didn't want to be different from everybody else. I just kind of wanted to fit in, because I was just very awkward, growing up. I was really, really weird. I still am. I'm still really awkward. I have problems talking to people because I don't know how to talk to people, because I know that the way people see me is different from what I see myself in my head. And it's really difficult to talk to people when, you hear certain things. So when I was 18 and I graduated high school, I went into college my first year. I tried to transition, and I saw a gender therapist. I cut off all my hair. I dressed in men's clothing, and I started trying to live my life. And I came out to my parents, and it was really hard for them. My mom would constantly be every single night crying. My dad would make me feel terrible, tell me, I know you better than everybody else, you're my daughter. Tell me, because since the way I look means that I'm a girl, and regardless. And my mom was just being very derogative in terms of made me feel really bad for what I wanted and what made me happy. So like I said, I care too much about what people think, and that's my biggest struggle. So I decided not to go through with it. And that made me want to run away from it as much as possible, thinking, if I can't live my life this way, I have to live with the gender I was born with. So I, tried the best I could with it, and this is the way that a lot of people know me. Because a lot of people who follow me on Snapchat or Instagram are people who either work with me or went to high school with me. So you guys don't know me that much, and have only seen with what I presented, and so this is why it's probably shocking for a lot of people. But yes, and for the past, what really set this off and made me decide to finally tell everybody and to finally do something about this is I was, as I tried more to fit in with everyone, and just got very deep in that closet, like way in the back. That's that closet, and I am way back there. I don't know, I'm not funny, but I got into a relationship with someone for over a year and a half, thinking that is what would make everyone happy, because I feel like I came out as a lesbian to my family when I was in high school, and they had a hard time with it. So I was like, well, if I date a guy, they'll be okay, and everyone will just be happy. And I thought I would be okay with that, which is also another reason why I kind of figured everything out, because it's like, no, I came out as gay, and everyone would call me that, but I was like, okay, I don't feel gay. I know I like women, but I don't feel like I'm gay. I still feel like I'm straight. So that was like another indicator. And so yeah, I was in this relationship, and I just hated that role that I was put into. It made me more and more depressed, and it gave me constant anxiety, because I felt like, okay, I'm trapped, and there's no, this is what my life is going to be like, and it turned me to someone I wasn't. And getting out of that relationship, I realized, like, okay, I'm not happy. I need to start living my life for me. I was about to move out of my parents' house, and I realized, hey, I'm making enough money. I can live by myself. I can be me. And that's when I noticed, like, these thoughts aren't going away. And so for the past couple weeks, I have been in gender therapy, and probably in a couple months, February 8th, if no one cancels, I am gonna start testosterone, which is the male hormone, which helps present physically that way, that you see yourself. And yeah, I know this is hard for a lot of people. Like, I know a lot of people won't get it, because it's really confusing. I am gonna link some YouTubers down in the description, who I like watching, not just because they're trans, but they're just pretty cool in general. You should watch them regardless. Sam Collins, Cameron Russo, Ty Turner, they're all pretty awesome. Even Chase Ross, I'll even link all of them. So this is like my coming out video, so you guys know. You can ask me questions if you want. I am totally open to answering any questions you guys have, because it's very confusing. It's really weird. I go by, pronouns he, him, his. I think that's all of them. Yeah. I am still in the process of changing my name, because that's the name that's gonna be following me around for the rest of my life. So I don't know what. It's taken me a while to, but but you guys will find out, because you're following me on social media, so you'll see like, oh, your name changed, cool. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good night.